everyone. I know you're like, hey, stranger. You are absolutely right. I've been MIA for a minute, but I'm back. Okay, happy New Year to everyone and happy 2021. I know I've been MIA for a minute. I'm going to explain to you why. But welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Tiffany. I am one half of Faith, Love, and Dreams. On this channel, we focus on relationship, marriage, and lifestyle. So, I have been missing MIA since 2020. I'm going to tell you why. And it all started with a post. Well, it started before the post, but I'm going to show you the post that I made. And it says, it is okay to take a break. Yeah, so that was December the 11th, 2020 that I posted that onto my social media platforms for Faith, Love, and Dreams. I think I may have posted it on my personal Facebook page as well, but we have a private Facebook group called Faith, Love, and Dreams Relationship Builders, and I posted it in there on my personal Facebook page. I also posted it on the Faith, Love, and Dreams Instagram page. Now that was December 11, 2020, as I said before, and I'm gonna just read to you what the post actually says, and then we'll get into what it's all about and why I've been MIA. So I'll read to you exactly what it is that I wrote to go along with that post. I hope your self-care journey has been going well so far this month. If it's been going slow or hasn't started, there's still time. I want to thank you all on this page for any part you've taken in making it what it is. I truly appreciate you all. As I think about this month's focus of self-care, I can no longer ignore the fact that not only have I not taken time to truly take care of me, I've ignored the voice and signs of God that it's time for me to be still. I can sometimes become so busy and caught up in the day-to-day support and encouragement that I give that I don't notice that my own cup needs a refill. Time to replenish what is no longer running over. I will be taking a short break from social media and at Faith, Love, and Dreams to fast, pray, reconnect, recharge, and reconcile those areas of my life that need it. This is what prioritizing my self-care looks like for the rest of 2020. Happy holidays to everyone, and see you in 2021. So now you know why I've been MIA. I needed to take a break. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about why I needed to take a break and the things that I did while I was on break. As my post said, God has been calling me closer to Him or back to Him. I will say that normally I'm very spiritually sound in my faith. And I think that, and I'm going to speak for myself, but I think that some people may be able to relate to this. Like anyone else, God may be calling you away from something and you've ignored what you have been called upon to do. So I've been ignoring it for some time, but I'm one of those people that always say God always sends a word. Let me tell you. When I tell you that I knew He was calling me to be still, because I never keep my butt still. I think I was listening to a podcast that I just so happened to click on, and that was pretty much the topic of taking time away and getting your spiritual refill. I think that I was reading a magazine while I was waiting for my food in the store, and I happened to open a magazine and it was about your cup running over. I think that I was watching a movie and there was some spiritual conflict in that where the person was like, I need to, return back to my faith. And I think that I've heard it just around me. And I'm like, God is like sending a word. You remember when they say you need help and God is sending a boat and you just never get on it, and you're like, God, where are you? And he's like, I done sent you a million boats and you never jumped on. That was me. But I knew that my heart was tugging. Spiritually, I don't want to say spiritually, I was getting further and further away from God, but I know that I was ignoring his call to return back to him. I was so overwhelmed, so overworked, just doing my day-to-day, whether it be work, whether it be family, whether it be a wife, whether it be a friend. I was just so overwhelmed, and trying to build a business and a brand during that time, it was very difficult. My husband is actually working on building his brand as well. Shout out to the Black Filmmakers Lounge. He's a filmmaker. He teaches students audio video production. He actually has a podcast on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook. So shout out to the Black Filmmakers Lounge. Look him up. So just us doing our day-to-day, it just became overwhelming. So yeah, 2020 has been a doozy for me. And I could no longer ignore the fact that I needed to sit my butt down, get back into my word, and find something other than social media to focus on. I found myself almost every minute, like picking up my phone, scrolling, talking to my friends about, did you see this? Did you see that? Watching the reality shows, just doing a lot of things that took me away from God and took me away from the gifts and the talents that he's placed in me. Now, I love encouraging people. Let me say that. I love encouraging people. I love supporting people. But at some point, the encourager needs encouraging. The supporter needs supporting. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just needed a break. And I was at a point when I wrote that post where I talked to a few people and said, you know what, I think I'm just going to take a break. And while some of them were supportive, I had people that said, well, if you leave now, like, especially with the end of the year coming in, people may leave your group, people may not support you when you come back. And I'm not gonna lie, I did think about that. I don't have this mega business, but God willing, it'll continue to grow because it's a very genuine business. I do have a heart for people. I have a heart for relationships, for marriages, and I just want to share my lifestyle with people. So I thought about it, but you know what? I didn't feed into it because I said, you know what? If this is what God is calling me to do and calling me away from, then he's going to return me back to that same thing, better and stronger. And let me tell you, I feel so refreshed. I don't even know how to explain it. I know that December 11 has significance in the sense that it was like 21 days until the end of the year that this is when this happened. Like I said, God always sends a word. So it was 21 days before the end of the new year. Now, let me just say this before I get into what I'm about to say. I'm one of those people that I reflect 2 times out the year. The first time that I reflect is normally always when I'm turning another year older, around my birthday. I'm not really a big birthday person, but I take time and I get into deep thought. I get quiet, I get still, and I start in my mind reflecting over that year prior to and how far I've come from, one year to the next. Hey, I'm proud to say that I am 46, about to be 47, and I need to still be making moves, but not at the expense of my mind, not at the expense of my heart. I still want to be a good person, but I do have to recognize when I need to be still. And just that I need to get back closer to God. I felt like I've been moving further away from God. 2020 kind of was a crazy year for everybody. For me, it was crazy because I was away from my family. I'm an outgoing person. You know, with the pandemic, it's kind of like, you know, you're not doing much. Thank God I married someone that I actually like. We haven't killed each other yet in the house. And thank you for those of you that checked on me during this time. My apologies to those of you that I did not answer as much. I just was in a place of being still. It had nothing to do with you. And thank you for those of you that actually asked me if I was okay in my marriage. I'm gonna just say that someone else probably would have been like, now what are they asking me that for? Well, the way that I constructed my post, I knew that those people that did check, they were coming from a good place, but me and the mister are fine. We're still rolling. He's actually working right now. So, yeah, so I do appreciate those of you that did check on me and checked on us, and just, you know, just make sure I was okay. Even if I answered you once and didn't answer you anymore. I appreciate it, and hopefully you'll still talk to me afterwards, but I just needed to take some time away. Again, in 2020, I reflect, like I said, around my birthday, and I always reflect at the beginning of the new year because I want to start going over, you know, like, what does this year mean to me? God spared me another year, you know, what's ahead, just the positivity. But I start reflecting. Now, I will say that every year at the end of the year, I lost my dear grandmother, my praying grandmother, on December 31st. It's been quite some years ago, but it still hurts. And that's one of the things that kind of makes me sad at the end of the year. So I kind of reflect on that time and like what she would have been like now, or wishing that she would have been able to see me just at the point that I'm in. So yeah, that's something that at the end of the year kind of does make me sad. So the reason that I was saying that, the reason that I was saying that 2020 at the 21 days, was significant is because I actually did the Daniel fast. And maybe that's what God was calling me to do, was to fast at the end of the year. Normally you don't talk about a fast, but just for educational purposes, I just thought I'd let you guys know. So I did do the 21-day Daniel fast, and let me know in the comments below if you want to share, if you want me to share my experience from doing that, or any recipes or whatever. I didn't film them, but I would be happy to do a video on just that in itself. It was such a awakening, such a beautiful experience for me. So yeah, just me, God. I read a few books that kind of, you know, helped me to get back to the spiritual life of Tiffany that I normally knew, that I know, but I kind of moved away from. So yeah, I honestly say that even though we go to church online still, I do miss going into the building. I know that we are the church, I do know that, but there's something about being surrounded by people that share in your faith, people that are new to faith, people that are non-believers, that are just coming to see what it's about. I was like to be active in church, so I did miss that in 2020. So that was something that kind of was weighing on me as well. I'm sorry, I'm saying so many times, so I'm trying to just think. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I was MIA. I also took some time after, because now you're like, okay, we know about the end of the year, but what took you still another month? Well, I did the green smoothie cleanse, got my skin together, got my hair together, just working on me. I was disappointed that I did not lose as much weight as I wanted to lose in 2020. I don't know if you remember, but I was like 50 pounds. I want to lose 50 pounds by the end of the year. Now, normally people tell me, you don't look like you need to lose weight. It's only because I'm tall. Let me just say that. But I don't like the way that I look naked, okay? So I'm not happy with it. So I wanted to lose 50 pounds. But then I found out 50 pounds probably would have had me too skinny. I'm not trying to look, you know, sick or anything like that. But I do want to lose some more weight. I lost like 13 pounds total, then I gained like 5 of them back. So yeah, I've made some other changes, but the skin is glowing, the hair is growing, and I just feel good. I feel refreshed and renewed. And yeah, so I've just taken some time to learn a few things, study a few things, focus on my faith, focus on faith. Yeah, this is another business that I'm birthing, Focus on Faith. And if you'd like to get any Focus on Faith gear, you can go to shop.faithloveanddreams.com and support us. We would love your support. There's some Focus on Faith gear, there's some Faith, Love, and Dreams gear, and a few other things that you can grab while you're there or gift to other people while you're there. But yeah, Focus on Faith is something that was birthed before I was going through this process. I feel like God was preparing me for that anyways. And it's gonna be just, inspirational, just a page of inspiration, some scriptural inspiration, just some inspirational quotes, stuff like that, if you need that throughout your day. So I'll be working on this. It hasn't fully launched yet, but you can get the gear right now. Back to some of the other things in 2020. I've never really taken time. I've been a single mom for quite some time. My children's fathers were involved until, their death. But for the most part, I raised my sons on my own, and they are fully grown young men. And I never really thought about the time when they would be independent, and they are doing well in their career, well in their job. They've never been in trouble. They're respectable. And I'm just so thankful for that. And that's something else that I kind of was reflecting on at the end of the year, because I'm like, man, I never really thought about all that it took to get them to where they are. God has really blessed me with two beautiful sons, handsome sons, and I'm very thankful. But I had to reflect on how I got there, and that made me cry as well. It was tears of joy, but if you have any little ones or your kids now, spend all the time that you can with them. They grow up so fast. So I kind of was in my feelings about that. Like I said, my grandmother passing, the end of the year, God calling me back to be still, and I just needed a break. I am a busybody, honey. I try to do everything that I can, and most of those things don't necessarily involve focusing on myself. So that's what I decided to do. Focus on me, focus on my faith, and I am back. So happy 2021 to everybody. I hope I'm not going to be a stranger anymore. The Mister and I will get back to making more videos for the channel. We'll get back to our podcast. We'll get back to Marriage Monday. It is February 1st, 2021. This is going to be an awesome year. I am claiming it. It's going to be a great year for me. I'm claiming it to be a great year for you. And if you take nothing else away from this video, I want you to take away that it's okay to take a break. It really is. Social media will be there when you get back. Whatever you've missed, you'll be able to look it up again. Take care of yourselves. You only have one you. And in this time of this pandemic, we really need to be making sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Mind, body, and spirit. So that is why I was MIA. Thank you guys for sticking around with me. Please follow us on all social media platforms. We're Faith, Love, and Dreams on Instagram, Facebook, and we're Faith, Love, and Dreams on YouTube. So invite someone. Make sure if you like this video to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified when we upload new videos. I have a lot of things coming soon. I'm excited, and I'm back. Happy New Year! Thank you for watching. Bye.